Hey techies, welcome to Elfin Code. If you are new to the channel, do not forget to like, share and subscribe.
Back. So today we are going to see how we can create any kind of Python file in your local directory, or we'll say it as a host directory, and then how we will be mounting this directory to a directory which is present in your Docker container. We will be doing this to understand, if we make any changes to, let's say, in the host directory Python file, whether those changes are getting reflected to the container directory or not. Similarly, vice versa, if we make any changes to the container directory file, the mounted directory in the host should also reflect those changes. So that is something which we will be doing as a practical here. Okay, so for doing this, we need to follow certain step, and I just listed out the step, but when we will be doing this practical, we'll understand it in a better way. Just for the theoretical purpose, it's like, first we will be creating a Python file locally in our host computer. Then we will be mounting this host computer directory to a local this host directory to a container directory, and then we will create a container, and then we will make some changes to the Python file here in the host to see whether the same changes are being reflected in the container directory file, and then vice versa, making changes to the container directory file and seeing whether the host directory file are getting those changes reflected in it. Okay, so this is going to be our agenda. Okay, so let us start with the practical. So I'm going to my folder structure. I'm just trying to create a new folder here for this practical. So I'm just naming it as a test3 or something like that. Okay, and then I'm doing one thing. I'm just opening my Visual Studio. Okay, my Visual Studio is up and running. Okay, I'll just take a new Visual Studio instance, and I'll go to File, Open, Folder, and then I'm going to have this project, PyProject, and I'll pick the test3 folder. Okay, now here, okay, now here, this is my test3 folder. Here I'm going to create one Python file. Let's say it is test.test3.py, and here I'll do some import, and let's say my program just to print out the value of pi is math.py. Okay, so this is exactly what I'm trying to print. It could be anything, but I just use this math library and trying to print the value of the pi. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'll just open the terminal. I'll just see if I have any container present. Yeah, I do have a container present, but I just want to clean all this thing. I'll do one thing. I'll say docker remove this container, so that we'll be having a kind of new environment. Okay, so docker ps-a. Now we don't have anything, so it is kind of fresh environment for us. Okay, now I'm going to create a container, okay, from a Python image. So for this, I'll just write docker run. I have to create this container in a detachable mode. So I'll just put /d, and then I'll say /name my container name. So it could be anything, but here we will be putting as mounting example. Mounting example. Okay, and then I'll be having a mounting path. So this is the path which I want to mount it to the container directory. So I'll just take a path. I'll say this, and I'll just remove the test3.py. So anything which is existing inside the test3 will get copied to the container directory. Okay, and it will be mounted also. So I'll just say put colon, and then I'll say I want to copy all this content to app directory of the container. Okay, and then I'll say that I want to create this container using the Python image. Okay, then I'll say that I want to keep this container always running. So sleep infinity. Okay. Okay, so now my container is already up and running. Let's see the status. Docker ps-fna. So we can see that this is the container ID. This is the container name which we have provided. And this is up and running for last 7 seconds. Okay. Now what we are going to do is, let me just, this is our program. Okay. Now we'll try to open this program from the container. Okay. Now this program will be available in the app directory. Okay. So let me do one thing. Let me go to the Docker. Okay. So I can see that this container which I had created already started appearing here. Okay. I'll just say this, add Visual Studio Code to this particular container. So it is adding the container. It will take a little time. Okay, now we can see the file, the file which was present in our host computer. It started appearing in the app directory of the container. Okay, see, look. So I can see the content is the content which we had written here in the host computer. So if you see this, the path is my local host. Okay, my host computer. Okay, and here if you see, this is my container directory. So exactly same content started appearing here. Now what I'm going to do, okay, let me run it once. I'll say new terminal. This I'm executing inside the container. Okay, I'll say Python and test3.py. Okay. Okay. Now what I'm trying to do is I went to the local, host computer. Now here, what I'm doing, I'm just adding few more statement. Print the value of 2 power 3 is, I'll say math dot power 2 comma 3. Okay, so this is something which I'm doing it in the host computer. Okay, now the same thing should get reflected to the container as well. See, instantly without any kind of gap, and it it bring the changes from the host to the container directory. Same way here, if you do something, I understood the concept of mounting and syncing a host directory to container directory. So if I say this, if I execute it, okay, and now if I go to the host computer, I can see the changes are already reflecting. Okay, and if you just want to see the raw file, so that also we can see is the test3 in my local directory. And if I open this file, let's say in in notepad, you can see that all the changes which I'm doing it in the container is also started getting reflecting here. So this is how you can sync any kind of changes which anyone is doing, be it in local host directory, or be it in a container directory. So everything start getting synced automatically. So this is how you can achieve the mounting of your local host volume to a directory in your container. Okay, I hope you must have understood this concept. In case if you have any doubt, you can just put your comment in the comment section. Okay, for now, thank you.
So that is it for today's video. Thank you for watching. Do subscribe Elfin Code for future updates.